Hello, my name is Scout Sneller, and something that represents me well is a Rubik's Cube. You see, the first time I learned to solve a Rubik's Cube, I was in 6th grade and I ended up breaking my finger. I didn't know much about the cube, I just thought that it looked cool and that everyone was doing it, so it's something that I should try. When I first started doing the cube, it was a lot. There's a lot of different algorithms to do, a lot of different turns and twists and things that can mess you up along the way. A lot of times in life, I think that sometimes my life feels like a Rubik's Cube and it's all jumbled and I don't really know where to go next. But with the Lord, I think that we have one step ahead of us at a time, and that's oftentimes, a lot of times, what we can see. And I think that's something that represents me well, because a lot of times in life, I like to be disciplined and I like to take the next step of action. So, just like a Rubik's Cube, you're able to keep going and going, and eventually you get to a point where you're back to originally where you started. Now, I think this is very symbolic of me, because with the Lord, I think there are times that we can be confused and lost and sometimes disappointed, but I think with our footing and building on the rock instead of sand, that we can have a life worth living with discipline and desire for the Lord and zeal for the Lord. That, like a Rubik's Cube, we can come back to its ultimate state of being whole and complete. And with that, that is me as correlated to a Rubik's Cube. Now for the second question, what I'm better at than most people, you're gonna have to follow me. I'm just playing. Here's my actual answer. I think one skill or quality about me that I per se may possess better or more than other people is just the ability to be optimistic in any situation. I think in life, we obviously have the ability to be optimistic or pessimistic, and they both have validity on both sides of the standpoint. If you are pessimistic, you run the chance of not having an opportunity to grow, but also you prevent yourself from taking too impulsive jumps. And then if you're too optimistic, sometimes you run the risk of giving something a chance that you shouldn't have been given the chance in the first place. However, I think being optimistic and giving something a chance in the first place is more important and has more value, even though you still have that chance to maybe be neglected or hurt by that. I think it is always worth that first chance. I mean this specifically in terms of just different relationships, whether that be talking to someone for the first time, even though they may not be the typical person that we may talk to or hang out with. You never know what that conversation can lead to down the road. And again, being optimistic in that gives you opportunity to just have great friendships and a great future with them and other people that may be surrounded by them. And for all we know, we can make their day and whatever that may be.